Hello everyone, welcome back to SBR Pythons. Today we've got a video talking about some of the experiences I've run into in the hobby in my short time doing it in terms of the breeding aspects, so the last 2 years effectively. Just running through, as I say, some of the good, some of the bad. I'm not going to hide any of the bad from you guys. Not everything's going to go perfect, especially in your first sort of your startup years. So yeah, I thought that'd be a good idea to sort of run through with you guys. Some of you have asked me what hasn't gone to plan and how have I fixed it. So although I covered some of that in a sit-down chat, I've got a few different points of things that I've come up with since. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity to talk to you guys about some of the experiences that I've had in the hobby. So one of the good experiences that I've had is sort of gaining those friendships. So, you know, I'm lucky enough in that I'm a very social person. I have no issues talking to people, so I've got multiple friendship circles and friends in the hobby, and I wouldn't change it. I absolutely love it. You know, if I needed, the way that I describe it to someone is, I do a lot of traveling in my job now, but just in general, if I got stuck somewhere in the UK, because of the hobby being so sort of widespread, there are so many people in the north, south, east and west. If I got stuck, I know that someone would come and get me, and someone would help me out if they needed to. And in general, if I wanted to have a chat to someone, there's always going to be someone there. And I don't mean in terms of the hobby, it's just in terms of having the actual friendships. So that's one of the one of the huge good experiences that I've had in this hobby. And another one has to be sort of what I highlighted a couple of weeks ago, is the feedback I get from doing this and the YouTube videos. I absolutely love just sitting down and going through YouTube comments, or for example, like I'm driving around in the day, if I've had a bad shop, as I've said, if I have a bad shop and I get a notification like I did the other day from someone saying that the video was really good and that they're enjoying it and things like that, it picks me back up. I absolutely love that side of it. And not only YouTube, but you know, Instagram, doing the lives and interacting with you guys on a Friday night when sort of the week's coming to a close. It's just fantastic. I absolutely love it. And that's one of the best experiences that I've had so far in the hobby. So unfortunately, one of the negative things that I have to talk about is YouTube and sort of the lack of creative thoughts from some people. I'm not going to name anyone because that's not me. I'm not a namer or a shamer, but there are certain individuals that can sort of wind me up to an extent on this platform, in that I spend a lot of time trying to come up with ideas and sort of pumping content out to you every single week. And I make that sound like a chore, but I'm not making it sound like a chore. It's more of a case of how long it takes. As I've said, you know, potentially up to an hour to plan a video and record a video, if not longer. And then my brother spends, you know, an hour editing the thumbnail, editing the video for you guys and things like that. It does take time, guys. And then we obviously have to process it and things like that. So it isn't the easiest process. And as I say, I put a lot of time into creating the ideas, and then I'll post a video and 3, 4, 5 days time, or even a week, you know, I'll see that video literally pop up somewhere else, just in a different title or a different name or something like that. And it's so frustrating, but I know that's going to happen. It's sort of the competition I'm playing against. It is what it is, they do say. However, on the sort of opposite to that, as I mentioned slightly on Adam's channel in our collaboration, is this hobby's helped me get through some hard times. Recently, as I've said, getting through the sort of starting a new job phase, it's a very stressful sort of phase, dealing with the admin. As I said on Adam's channel, you know, waking up at 7 AM, going to the bookers, not getting home till 4 o'clock, having to do an hour's admin. It can be challenging, and throughout the day, it's not as simple, like when you know a job, you go and do the same thing every day sort of thing. The job I'm doing is not the same every day, not even every day, but every hour can be different, and it can be very stressful. So it's always nice to have this to come back to. That's definitely one of the good things and one of the best experiences I've had so far in the hobby. Closely followed by the excitement and the fulfillment that this job, but this hobby is carrying. It is so fulfilling to see that ovulation. I found that in the 2 snakes I've had ovulate, of which one of them is going into a prelay shed. I'll get her out just so you guys have got something to look at. Obviously, as I say, her colours aren't going to be coming through properly, but this girl, when she ovulated, I've never felt so much fulfillment in my life, apart from maybe when I got, you know, offered that job. In terms of my personal and private life, I've never felt so much fulfillment as when I saw this girl ovulate, and I do hope that come across to you guys in that video. Sort of this is my pride and joy, my most anticipated pairing of the year. So when this specific animal here ovulated, the fulfillment I got is unreal. And now the excitement I've got is absolutely unmatched. I'm so excited for the potential of this animal and all of the animals I've got breeding this year. And that is truly incredible and one of the best experiences I've had. So another one of the negatives I've had is in the 2019 season, I did try and breed a couple of females and, well, 2 females specifically, and I didn't get any eggs, as you guys know. So this girl had really nice sized follicles last year, but decided to reabsorb them. That is one of the more negative experiences I've had in this sort of hobby so far, is that feeling of knowing that she was going to go, she got so close, and then she just sort of flipped it off and went, I can't really be bothered anymore. That was so disheartening, especially because I thought I was going to get my first clutch and it didn't happen. And that is definitely one of my most negative experiences. But I kind of overcome that by sort of putting it down to, you know, did I distract her too much, or, you know, was the conditioning wrong, something like that. And I tried to make it the best sort of environment and sort of disturb them the least amount possible. And, you know, it must have worked because I've had 2 ovulations this year. That or this girl really just sort of decided she didn't want to go last year. Either way, it was one of my negative experiences, but I've overcome it, as I say. Leading on from that is guessing a ovulation incorrectly. As I've said on Adam's channel when I did my little collaboration with him, this girl was supposed to lay us a clutch of eggs on the weekend previous. Sort of, when would it have been? About 3 weeks ago. I'm not sure precisely. So I'm not sure when this video is going to be going out, but that girl was supposed to give us a clutch of eggs. In the long and short of it, she didn't, and I'm putting this down to the fact that I got the ovulation wrong. So this is why it's so crucial to catch an ovulation, guys. I never saw that girl ovulate, and that's the pied I'm talking about, to the Super Energy Fire Het. Never saw her ovulate. However, she had what I thought was a tail suck. She went off of her food and started fighting with the male on every introduction. So I thought, well, that's kind of strange. Then she looked just massive. And to be honest, I'm wondering if she either didn't ovulate or she did ovulate and she was going through the process and then decided to stop at some point in the process or something went wrong. Just because I'm still convinced that she kind of did. Don't mind this girl, she's in shed, so she's probably trying to get rid of her skin on me, to be fair, because she is fairly close to coming out of that shed, sorry. But I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh, the pied. So she didn't lay any eggs, and is the long and short of it, which is upsetting, which can be sort of derailing as such. But thankfully, I've got the Black Pastel Het Pied to lay back on, because she's going to be giving me clutch in a couple of weeks, or maybe even by the time you see this. So I've got that sort of to fall back on, but it was definitely one of the negative experiences I felt in the hobby. But as I say, I just overcome it. You kind of have to be honest. But this is a beautiful female. I know she's only a normal Het Pied, but absolutely beautiful female. And when this girl sheds out, you know, she's got some incredibly rich browns, and even sort of whites that come through the sides there. You can never overlook a normal, as I've said before. So finally, probably the biggest positive, and I've left it to last, is because it sort of ties in with my own personal life and work and sort of career. So what I mean by this is obviously setting up SPR Pythons is good because it's giving me the correct mindset and skill set for life. So by this, I mean mindset-wise, yes, this isn't a business, but it kind of runs like a business in the way that you have to, not that it's a chore again, but you have to talk to your customers, do the social media, make sure everything's working perfectly so that you get the best product. You can't really call the animals products, but obviously you have to get your conditioning right to get the animals healthy and fertile, and, you know, make sure that they're at the best they can be in your sort of health. So that's what I mean by that. And that is all really applicable to life. Also the skill set it gives you, you know, the punctuality, the sort of organizational skills, the customer building relationships, all of these sorts of things which maybe people overlook when they get into this hobby. And then sort of I overlook it. And then when I went for my interview for the job I'm doing now, and I mentioned this, it was like, you know, my now boss, his ears kind of pricked up. He was like, oh, so you do all that? And then he started running through all these things which it might be good for in terms of the job that I was going to be doing. And even in my interview, I was sitting there clicking it and I was like, you know what? This is actually really helping me. And I didn't think about it that way before the interview. So it definitely helps you and sets you up, I would say, in life. And that's one of the biggest and best positives I've found in doing this hobby from a non-sort of breeding and non-sort of hobby sort of point of view. That's definitely one of the biggest positives, as I say. So there we go, guys. That was just a video talking a little bit about some of the experiences, good and bad, that I've had so far coming into the hobby. As I say, I can't do everything positive on this channel as much as I try. I really do think I need to sort of relay some of those negative things to you, so you kind of know what to expect if you're getting into this, or as I say, if you've been in it in a while or you're at the same point as me, you can relate to them. And ultimately, I'm just trying to create conversation, have a chat with you guys about this. And, you know, everything's not going to go positively, is it? Let's be honest. But I do hope you've enjoyed the video, as I say. You know, let us know in the comments if you've had anything positive and negative that I've maybe not had that I'm can be looking forward to, or that you think I've got lucky and not had. You know, it's good to interact with you guys. I do love that side of this, as I say. You know, there's not much more to this video, so I might as well end it by just showing you one of our visuals, because I did have a viewer request. It's because, I tell you what, I'm going to keep saying customer now, because I'm working with customers at work and it's proper confusing me. But I had a viewer request just to show off this boy, because I've not shown him off for a little while, and he is absolutely beautiful, so you're not wrong for getting me to show him. Obviously, that's the black pewter pied, which is the black pastel, 100%, not even 100% Hetzer pied. What am I doing? Black pewter pied, black pastel pied, who is going to sire one clutch for us at least this year, potentially two by the time this video goes out. But yeah, there you go. For the person who wanted to see him, you know who you are. Perfect. So yeah, I'll leave you guys with that. And yeah, tune in next week for the next video. Leave a like, leave a comment, hit the notification bell, and obviously hit the subscription button even. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone.